he's not a player to be dropped. We cannot play the false nine with him. We have to adapt some movement with him.
Hi, Pep. The obvious question is, you telling your players off has worked, yeah?
Sorry?
You told your players off after the game on Spurs. You wanted against Spurs. You wanted more, and it's worked. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, the way we play was quite, I would say, similar. So the first half when we were losing 2-0 against Spurs, our football was really, really good. But if we lost 2-0, it's because the reason why we didn't have it. Today we improved, but just was today. We'll see it happen in the next games.
Pep, goals shape the debate around games. Is that why you got someone like Haaland? Because he's made a game that could have been very difficult seem very easy, and he scored a lot.
Yeah, you had to play as much as good to deliver to him. He's not a guy who will take the ball 10 meters behind the box, dribble 1, 2, 3, and going to score a goal. So there's not this ability. He has to get, the balls being delivered as much as possible for to have fantastic players around him. And but the first goal, of course, is because he's there. The delivery from Kevin is fantastic. And always I believe we know each other. He lives 24 hours for his profession, for his job, I would say, or passion or love. He's not a stress much when it's going well or going bad. He's stable. He feels the defeat. So, it's really good. The numbers are incredible. I didn't know it, but there's many goals. It's the first game, the second leg, how many goals already scored. So, but the reality still we have behind a little bit longer to Arsenal.
Does it surprise you when people question whether he has made your team worse?
Listen, when we lost the Community Shield against Liverpool, all the debates that week, 10 days before a few days before West Ham, is that he will not adapt to the Premier League and the way we play. We'll score, I don't know how many hat-tricks and goals. Is the solution and everything of our team. If he doesn't score goal, he's the problem in our team. So, and there is a grey vision of these kind of things. We know his quality. We know each other. He's not a player to be dropped. We cannot play the false nine with him. We have to adapt some movement with him. And we are doing quite well. So the numbers is quite similar when we were champion many years here, except the first season 100 points. So we are there. And get to improve. This is what you have to do.
Hi Pep, we talked about the reaction on the pitch, but when you were talking the other night, you said there's a million things that we don't see, but you do. So how was the reaction on Friday, Saturday, those things that we don't see? Are you happier now with what you've seen in the last couple of days?
But it was recovery the day after of the training where the guys didn't play. They trained really, really well. Yesterday was a previous game, playing at 2 p.m. after finish at 10. The previous game against the Spurs. So we talk a little bit in sees what you have to do with the ball. Without the ball, we didn't training anything because I would say we didn't have energy. I didn't want to waste energy in the training session. We saw it, 1 hour, 2 hours before the game. Defensively, the position we should occupy. And we talk a little bit these days, what I think we miss. And I said, now the message is clear. It's just one game. So we have to see in the future.
You just said there with Haaland, he can't play the false nine so much, he can't drop. Is that something you've discovered recently? Because it seems like earlier in the season you were trying that.
No, today he dropped 2-3 times. We link with him to keep the ball, play with Jack, and after go. Of course he can do it, and now would love to see him because today Mateus Nunes and Lemina follow Kevin and Gundo in these positions wider, and in the middle, like it's Ruben Neves, even jump to Rodri. So the gap there was bigger. And the space there, you have to use him. And he dropped 2 or 3 times, and he did it well. Against United, they had this space and could not find him better. So, but in general, I think had the ability, the quality, the first control to do it.
Hey, Pep, what was the reason behind Phil Foden not making the squad today?
Since it was an action in Old Trafford jam with Bissaka, when fell down, had a problem in his feet, and he's struggling so far. He's painful, 2-3 days rest, get better, start and go down. And we decide with the doctors stay to recover well. We'll see if he arrives against Arsenal. If he's not fit, we wait until the next game against the Spurs. So because otherwise he cannot train well and he's a little bit uncomfortable, and that's why we decide with the doctors all together to 2 or 3 or 4 days stay off and see if getting better.
Can I ask? It looked like Ferran Soriano was on the coach coming to the ground today. Was there any special reason for that?
For answering our coach,
I'm your player coach.
when we arrived here,
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Oh, there was a picture of him coming off the
Oh yeah,
coach.
I didn't know him.
You don't let me on either.
I was the last one to come up to the coach, the first one or the second one to leave, and I didn't see him.
Paul at that point.
We don't have budget for the private cars to arrive to the.
Pep, can I just ask about Kevin?
I extend the contract, so it's all right.
Can I just ask you about Kevin, Pep? Do you think that was him starting to show his kind of best form again? There was a lot more crosses from him into the box and a lot more movement.
7 years, I know each other well. I know when Kevin is ready, and sometimes he's not. So, but it's normal. Many games, many years, and sometimes it's that. Sometimes we need another type of player in that position. Do you know that? Sometimes we need more players in the boxes, for example. And Kevin struggled a little bit right there. And Kevin, when drop lateral way, is better. But Kevin always, you expect, make how many assists the goal, but how many assists he provides, he does, that he was not converted, don't count as an assist, but it really is. So, he was very good 70, 75 minutes, and keep going. Big competition in the squad, and some games need specific players, like for example, Kevin struggled a little bit.
Pep, what you said on Thursday got a lot of headlines and got a lot of response from fans and the public. Are you happy with the response from the players? It sounds like you still want to see more, or you need to see more on a regular basis from them. Is that fair comment?
To the players? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. There are things like how you react in things especially when the ball is not is not playing, and after that we have a lack of concentration, and we have to pay more attention in many details. Like people see the goals from Erling, the assists from Kevin, the actions from Riyad, but there are things that are still. Today we make a step because we spoke a lot about that, but still it's just one game. We'll see what happens in the future.
And you saw today, you still see things you want.
Few things I like it. Yeah.
Finish with James, please.
Just following on from what Ian said, are they still a happy Flowers team today then, Pep? Or has there been a bit of a change?
It's getting better, but it's just one day, so I have to wait.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you.